Welcome back to Roadskill Sandbox, and where today we're making a Super Chief remastered, but not some sort of remastered like this thing. It's time to make a proper Super Chief as well. So before we're gonna be making spawning, like I say, but over here we have the EMD F7 locomotive as well. So it's time to put it on the start. So we have one over here and another thing as well. So we're going to be spawning 5 B units as well. So it's time to spawn for 4 of the B units as well. And looks like all the way we have many of the B units as possible. So 5 means it's gonna be enough for to do this. And we're gonna be making somewhere even for other kinds of like these things as well. So the locomotive won't be pulled all over in. So we're going to be spawning 2 baggage cars, but unfortunately it's going to be extremely lag as well. So even before that we're making things a little bit big as well, because unfortunately I have to rejoin the game as possible. So it's time to spawn 1 coach. This is not a coach, it's a baggage car, I guess. We have 1 and 2 baggage cars we have here, and I have never mentioned to do this as well. So we're gonna be making to spawn ourselves a large couple of coaches as well. So the first streamlined coaches will be absolutely like this thing. 4 of them is going to be a little bit too much as well. So completely still having for a rolling stock issues, and we're probably making towards like this a small rooms. So looks like we're gonna be making towards for a first class, and through the end of it it's not going to be making such as necessary as well. 4 rooms available, likely these things as well, and probably 1 over here for just 1, I guess. And the future system like these things, and we got a lot of probably of these things as well. So we have for a further of class, and we're probably making things a little bit is going to make things cells to meet. So this is the last thing we ever tried to saw like this thing before. And what the final thing is going to be tried to say, it's absolutely the last thing we need to do. We're going to be decouple around of these things as well, so we have to use the type 653. So I'm probably try to making things for one thing. We have to get a lot of locomotives as fast. 5 B units is enough. And but probably we're making towards like going things a little bit back as well. And we need to add 1 more before we're gonna be departing to go. So I'll be pretty sure to stay a little bit as well. So we're making things a little bit pretty perfect as well, as we're making this locomotive as very possible that we're putting this on the line. It's time to make for a full story about of this thing as well. So entirely the train is absolutely pretty big as well, and I make sure that we're going to be careful about this train. And so we're moving on to our first station, and the first testing will be on our way. So looks like this train is about long enough, and looks like we're ready to go. But once we put on 12,000 horsepower on the EMDF7, looks like it's going to be pretty to handle for the longest distance trains. But we tried to scene like this thing, so we got added 2 baggage cars for some sort of like these coaches. We're gonna be seeing how that absolutely to do this as well. So we absolutely have the bud baggage, the bug chair car, the bud chair car as well, the bud 10-6 sleepers, and the PS8 2 sleepers as well, the observation and the dome car. So I'll be stopping this train for at once, and probably the train has been completely stopped for just a one moment. So this is absolutely for the International Express train, and what I just completely remembered about for this only one thing. So do you remember about for this station when we're starting to depart around of these trains as well? So we're going to be departing as well, so the passengers will be getting in shortly for about 5 minutes for underway, that we're ready to go as very much. So looks like we're gonna be fully stop the train, and looks like we're gonna be waiting in about for 5 minutes time. But once it's 5 minutes time, as here we go as well. So we're gonna be putting on the free camera mode on, and we're gonna be talking about for one business. Since everything is set over here into the Super Chief, looks like we have everything for this one piece of time, because I just completely hit the concrete as well. So looks like we're going to make ourselves to give ourselves a move, and looks like it's time to say all aboard to Santa Fe EMDF7. So we're gonna be a little bit move on to the side, and the bell is not working because it's only just the beginning as well. And the train is going to be moving as anyways. And the acceleration is going to be making ourselves to make things a little bit large like these things as well. So the train is about to move, I guess. The ultimate Super Chief, some sort of the proper ultimate Super Chief is coming towards it to the Grand Republic as well. So we're going to get anything as well and make ourselves on time. We're gonna be making on easy peasy on the course. So let's just get on into ourselves. So the train is accelerating very slowly, that I just completely set up to the realistic simulations as fast as well. Completely good to go. And looks like the video will become towards to 15 minutes about of this video. And we're making sure that how this train is going to be making so far, we guess. So it's going to be making towards like awesome things as the biggest train of all time, or probably the longest train, the passenger train as well. So it's going to be moving a little bit fast, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be such as the lucky move. But all over to this cells, it's gonna be making towards that I just literally forgot anyways. So the train is moving forward and against one time, and when the train is going to be speeding fast, looks like not all of these cells are just gonna be working ourselves to do so. It's gonna be moving fast towards into the top, and we're very sure because it's gonna be very dangerous. And the problem is with those baggage cars, they are very dangerous. And if you're going fast on those corners on my side, but unfortunately it got derailed. And I'm pretty sure we're improving a lot of most likely things to do this, and that we're just completely operating like these cells as well. We're going to be slowing down the locomotive as fast as possible until the locomotive has just passed through. And we're pretty sure the train is going to be stopping at once. Looks like the train is going to be very slow as well. So it's time to re-throttle back up, because as you can see, of the baggage cars had just wobbling all the way down in here, completely started to shaking, struggling all the way into the rails. I'm probably not sure if that the baggage cars is going to survive, but once again, it's going to be fall off. And we probably not sure if the baggage cars had just slightly sloping all the way down around through. I'm making sure I'm going to be added around for the slopers over here. That must be the larger turns over here, and we're not making sure that the baggage cars will be fall off. And I'm making sure that we're going to be careful around the baggage cars. So even try to do this, that we're going to be careful around of this train. I'm making sure that the train is pretty slow, but unfortunately I'm sorry. And what did I just expected to this train? So let's see how the train is going to be passing a little bit away as well. So I'm going to be making sure that we guess that we're slowing this train down. So I'm probably seeing for this a free camera all the way, and looks like the train with some other coaches as well. The baggage cars are not going to be surviving because it's actually derailed and ended up getting stuck. Overall of these kinds of baggage cars are just going to be shaking so much it won't be going to be necessary to do this. Let's try 50% of the throttle as way. We're going to making sure 65% is going to be better. So as the train is going to be passing through, because of this slightly one train is to do this, I slightly forgot to turn off for some sort of like these things as well. So louder diesel locomotives as well is going to be making through around for just many more of like these things. Because would you fix about of these baggage cars around for the Santa Fe locomotive before that doesn't going to be since to do this as well. Because since Christmas, or lastly before early summer, these were added of those baggage cars, because that doesn't going to be working so much. So I eventually we're going to be starting all the way through. Let's head towards to try 70% around the throttle as well. So it's not going to happen for just a little bit as well. So it's going to be shaking a little bit much because I'm in danger for a little bit of these things as well. I'm making sure that you leave a like and subscribe. And if you like for these fast excursion trains, because I make sure I'll be careful around of this train and try to slow down as possible. So this is going to be an absolutely one problem with the coaches. And the train is going to be all the way climbing up as here, because since I just completely helped with the F40PH, but exactly it is going to be about to happen. So looks like the train has been climbing up, and we made an accident over here. So since I just completely helped for one thing, this is absolutely for a one terrible problem over here with the coaches. But looks like, sadly, all the coaches had just completely gone stuck as well. Unfortunately, we're unable to improve ourselves because, oh dear, there is the one who has derailed as well. So, we're gonna be end of this video for right over here, since I just completely removed that station over here and that one. And because that we're likely able to say this train is unable to go here and never make it to this only one thing as well. So we cannot able to make things a little bit pretty short, but unfortunately that fails to get on to our destination in my map as well. So that will be the end of this video, and I really think that we're gonna be lead into this only one opportunity like this thing as well. So it absolutely crashed, and I have slightly fell for this thing as well. So anyways, that is going to be the end of this video, as we think that was a derailment as well. Thanks for watching and for all your support, and probably that will be another road scale video to receive this accident as well for a very first time in a Santa Fe EMDF7, and some sort of probably coaches who got stuck over here for many one reason as well. We're not using for some sort of the baggage cars because something dangerous is only the coaches for all of them itself. We cannot able to use some slopes anyways, because absolutely it's over rebuilding this train and ended up getting crashed. This is Turbo Concept is signing off, and unfortunately he will never be able to make it, and also it doesn't going to back up as well.